Okay, last day of the week is sentence diagramming. Okay, so I've already put this up there because, the Google Slides again is not allowing me to animate a sentence diagram. So I'm going to just talk you through it. They'll begin drawing the diagram using the basic sentence line. If you'll look at the top left example on the diagramming help pages, you'll see that it is subject. It'll say S in this blank right here, and it'll say VI in that blank right there. So if you'll look up to Tuesday's work, what you labeled for Tuesday's work, you'll see that team is labeled with an S, and will practice is labeled with the VI, an intransitive verb. So they're going to basically be just plugging in whatever goes where on the diagram. Well, how will I know which diagram model to use? They always ask. Well, you have to start with the one that says S and VI. You'll see the one right next to it is S and VT for a transitive verb. And then beside it, there's a little wall, a little line wall right here, and then there'll be the direct object that goes there. These things are always set very rigidly of where everything goes, so they'll catch on, and we add little by little to their sentence diagram size as we add complexity to the sentence itself. So, but then I tell the students, everything that's underlined once on Tuesday's work is on this side of the cross. So there and team are both underlined once on their Tuesday's work. And we said that there is telling us about team, so there is a modifier. So if you'll look it's an example or two down from that top left example on the diagramming help pages, you'll see a modifier modifying the subject. Well, that's exactly how you draw any modifier that's modifying anything. You're going to do it on a diagonal line, and you'll write it. Notice we also have it capitalized because it's the first word in the sentence. All right, and then after work, we said was an adverb prep phrase on Tuesday, and that it's telling us it's adding to the verb because it's telling when they're going to practice. So it's those prep phrases, because they're either adverb or adjective prep phrases, they are also modifiers. So they come off of whatever they're modifying, and we said that after work is an adverb prep phrase adding to practice by telling when they're going to practice. So it has to come off of that. So the preposition always sits on the diagonal line, and then the noun or pronoun will sit on the horizontal line. On diagrams, nouns and pronouns, that's really acting like nouns and pronouns, and verbs are all going to sit on the horizontal line. The diagonal lines are for modifiers. So you'll notice work, because it's a noun, is sitting on a horizontal line. And it's followed by a period, and that's because it's the last word in our sentence, and we also punctuate the diagram. So I hope the diagram makes sense. I may add in the future a little more complex sentences just on the diagram. Like I can probably show the 4 days work prior, and then we can work through the diagram and depend on the information that we labeled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in order to complete the diagram. And maybe that will help a little bit more too. So in conclusion, how can I work on the mastery of DGP at home? I don't get that question very often, but I do like to tell parents and tutors, and I tell students all the time too, that all they have to do is ask for me to create a sentence just like the one that we're going to be diagramming for the week. And I'll do that for them at the beginning of the week and send it home with them after class. So I'll write you a sentence just like the one we're working on in class. It's all basically the same answers. It's just different words. But they still find themselves having to think to complete it. So they do all of Monday's work. of our class sentence in class. Then I give them the sentence to take home. Then for homework, they're going to turn that paper that's all their answers are on that we did in class over. Do not look at it. And then, so they'll write the new sentence that I gave them, and they'll do the work on that sentence for that day of the week without looking at the answers from class. So then they'll turn their work over that we corrected in class, and they'll compare it and grade this homework by it. And hopefully they didn't struggle with some of the things that they struggled with in class. They can find things that they consistently struggle with. That's important. Mark it on the help pages so that they don't miss it again. But if they do that each night, after we've gone over the work during the day, and then they add to it each night just what we did in class, it's going to take them maybe 5 or 6 minutes of homework time to just be kind of reiterating and re-engaging with everything that we did in class. And if they do it each night, I promise that your ability will improve drastically. DGP is an excellent thing. It really does work. I've watched it teach seasoned English teachers, things about their language that they had never really fully connected with. This just makes it make sense. And we ask the same questions every day that we do our work. And so it puts those questions in their mind. And then before long, they're asking their questions that I always ask them. They're asking those questions while they're doing their work. And we can't ask for anything more than that. So, because those questions lead them to the answers. So anyway, I just wanted to do this resource for you guys so that you could feel like you had something to help your student with at home, and kind of review how we do it from time to time in case they ever kind of seem to be losing track. I hope this helped.